rise from the ashes. I never stay down, I never stay down for long.
And welcome back to the Lake Show. I'm your host, Nathan Hawkins. I'm here with my partner.
What, Jeremiah?
Yeah, Jeremiah the GOAT.
I know, especially since Scott had to go all the way down to see Jerry's World.
Yeah, he's hanging out in Dallas right now, our co-star Scott. He had more important things to do than hang out with us on a Wednesday
Are
morning.
you sure? Maybe he had to go get more hair gel.
He's getting hair gel? Yeah, Scott and his hair gel. He really likes that stuff.
I know, right? Oh, wait. I gotta do that again. I forgot I had the channel faded. This is sort of like the all-time go-to of if you're not here, it's either makeup or hair gel or hair jokes or both.
We're gonna have to prank him when he gets back. Maybe we should put a whoopee cushion in this chair. So I'm currently
You know
sitting.
the one thing he could be watching in right now.
He could be. Scott, stop listening. We're plotting against you.
All playing against him now?
Yeah.
Fair
listen.
enough.
So yeah, I think a whoopee cushion would be pretty good.
You have fun with that. He's my employer, supervisor. I can't do that. You're on your own there.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. We got a lot to talk about this week. Between the crazy things that went down in the MLB this past week with the playoffs, some history being made again. Got some stuff to talk about with the Browns, always, and some Lakeland sports.
Are we sort of shocked about the Browns?
We're never. There's always something to talk about with the Browns, and it's never something good. It's just something happening that makes our season even harder.
No, it's not even that. We're way past that.
I think a good season for the Browns is like
being
3
able to be a
wins.
normal football team.
3 wins and like at least watchable football. Like sometimes I feel like I
Just
watch a
think.
Browns game and I can't
It's been
watch it.
4 years since we were actually a normal football team.
Yeah, there was a point. You know, it's hard for people my age to really see it, but there was a brief moment in time where the Browns were a football team that competed with anybody and that played good football every game, and that was the 2020 Browns with Baker.
Even the year after, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Did we sign him in 2019 or 2018?
No, I think they went to the playoffs. Then they go to the playoffs again underneath him, which I thought was the following year.
2020, I'm pretty sure was like the year we popped off. Why don't you
Yeah.
double check? Because I remember I was watching some highlights the other day of us playing the Steelers and one other team, and we were putting up 40-point games, but actually playing a football game. All 4 quarters. It wasn't just half a game of good football and then another half of us losing our lead.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, really? 24? Let's see. No, that was that. So, 21. I swear it was another year we made a playoffs with him, but got bumped out.
That might have been 2020.
Maybe. Give or take. But still, yeah.
But Baker,
We were normal.
We were better than normal. We were above average football team. Baker was producing, and and now he's hanging out with the Bucks and Emeka Ibuka, and they're just their division's kind of trash, so they don't have to be the greatest, but they are putting up a lot of touchdowns each game. He's running the ball. He's throwing the ball great, exactly how he was when he was in his prime and uninjured when he was playing with the Browns. And it
Not
crushes
even
me.
that. They're talking even like on national. I guess we're just going to stick with the NFL on that now.
Yeah, we'll just start with the NFL for a bit.
Might as well. Well, even nationally, there's even me, I would say he's leading the MVP race.
Yeah, I wouldn't
the league.
disagree.
Especially with only
Josh
one
Allen's
pick.
not having as good of a season as I was expecting out of him. There really aren't any other. I mean, Baker's just so fun to watch. He's an electric player. So it also could just be that I have a bit of Browns bias, because in my heart he's still our starter.
Yeah, like even like right now, 3-0 away, 2-1 at home. I mean, kind of hard.
What's their division looking like?
Oh, everyone's sort of mediocre. You should know that. They're all mediocre. It's what Falcons 3-2, 3-3 Panthers.
And the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints are. Yeah,
So it looks like the Bucks just gotta cruise by and they'll be fine, because they're already 2 games ahead.
but then to be honest, it's like whoever thought. I never would think if you would say, well, the Panthers would have won 3 games by now. I wouldn't see that. So that's sort of shocking. I never really put thought in that till looking at the right here, right now. It's like, yeah, that's sort of they're pulling something off on me.
The Browns right now are a football team, and that's about all we
They
are.
are a football team.
We are a professional football team.
Well,
that
if you think
plays
of it,
professional football games, but there's nothing beyond that. We don't have an identity as a team. We just kind of go out there and play
you mean
and
like
see
this?
what happens.
About right.
About right.
We just need to go instead of building a dome, put a circus tent up.
You know, that might be a good idea. And then, because the Browns season never makes it out to the playoffs, as soon as the season's over, they can rent it out to an actual circus, and then people will show up to the stadium again.
I know, right?
I used so here at Lakeland, we have a program for at least our baseball team. I'm not sure if any of the other sports teams participate, but the players volunteer their time and work at the Browns Stadium for one of the security companies that the Browns contracts, and we just help them like check bags and whatnot. But all last year I went to every home Browns game. We sucked so bad, and the Browns fans came in droves. And part of me thinks we're never going to get back to a point where we're a worthy football team if we have fans that just are diehard when we're playing like absolute garbage.
Well, it goes sort of listening to the fan. So in a way, you almost had to unbox this elephant. Of you had that general statement, but you got to go and sort of unbox that from the big statement of. So, not including, I love the one aspect of it is we'll get to that point in that of. So you had Cleveland Browns itself. What happened? They're maybe it's still a little bit too early. So this draft course or class sort of looks good. Potentially. Past few underneath Barry. What do you say?
I didn't hear what you said very
Draft
clearly.
class. So, like, this year, it could be sort of a hit. It's way too early in that,
I'm worried about our quarterbacks, like always. I can't remember the one kid's name. I know we have Sanders because I'm a Sanders fan. Gabriel.
Let's face it. What happened this Sunday, it's not a shocker. Let's face it. Pittsburgh, new rookie quarterback that started, 2 games?
Yeah, and to be fair, when I tuned into the game, I expected us to be. It was the second quarter when I tuned it in. I was expecting us to be down by at least 14 points, and I'm pretty sure we were within 14 points. So that was a little bit of a shock to me. I was actually a bit happy about that. Obviously, didn't win, but it could have been worse. It's the Steelers. They usually play us really well.
And normally, rookies starting the first time versus them, it's never a pretty game.
No.
It's been like that since 99. You go from Couch his first time, but be honest, Couch, he pretty much got creamed. First time he ever played Pittsburgh.
That's before my time. I never got to watch Tim Couch play.
Yeah, every single rookie, they get creamed versus Pittsburgh their first start.
But, we still got plenty of the season left ahead of us. Obviously, this isn't going to be a playoff run season unless I don't even think we can make the playoffs because we've won
I think mathematically after this week, if they lose to Miami, it's pretty much over.
We're 1-5. If Miami beats us, I swear to God, if Miami beats us with concussion Viloa as their quarterback and what's his face Tariq Hill, he's out. He hurt himself. We need to beat Miami. They're not that good of a football team. We're definitely equal when it comes to just talent on the field. We're the same. In fact, I'd say we're better. We have so much talent. We just don't put it together. We just put it all on the field and let it happen.
Well, it goes back to the other aspect. So really, like the past draft classes we have, it's been hit and miss on certain players since Barry took over, I would say.
I know you brought up earlier, we were talking before the show, there's some chit-chat going around about firing or not firing Stefanski. Why don't we talk about that for a little bit?
Okay. Where do you want to... So, like, I was listening to Fan this morning. So, they're sitting there talking about, okay, so, Kevin, if you lose to Miami, you'll go and say, guess what, you're done. I could see that.
I don't think it'd be a really great idea to can Stefanski right in the middle of the season. Because I like Stefanski. There have been times when I'm like, if we play like this the whole year, we're a playoff team. Because we have drives where we absolutely dominate the defense, but then we come back with our next possession and it's completely different. Like we forgot what we did.
No, it's true, and it goes the other thing.
And sometimes he doesn't make the best play calls. Sometimes he overthinks his play calls.
No, I could see that. But it goes the other thing is you go sort of, he's handed this roster. He doesn't have much choice in that.
Yeah.
And let's face it, like right now, offensive line in that.
Struggling.
Oh, it's been like that since last year.
Actually, why don't we pull it up real quick and just go over how rough our O-line is. So we have 7 O-line.
Well, and they're not all injured reserve, but I mean...
On the O-line that are injured?
Right here. No, it's not completely all offensive line. So, like, right now, you have Cam. He's hurt in that, but he's still playing. That's the new guy that they signed in for tackle.
Mm.
So this Cade... I mean, everyone on their offensive line minus 3 people right now, whether reserves or starters, are 24 years old.
We have 3 guys on our O-line.
Everyone else is 30 plus.
Under 30. Everyone else is over 30, which is crazy. That is not good.
The veteran that they signed to be a swing tackle is 34.
Like we only got a handful of years left out of some of these guys, and that only goes down the more they get injured.
Well, it goes for like right now. So Bantonio is 34. His contract's up at the end of the year. He might retire. You had their center in that. Was it Ethan in that? He's at the end of his contract at the end of the year. Got Teller. He's at the end of his contract, and he's 30. So right there, it's like, if you lose that piece in it, right there, I mean, what do? You got the guy from Ohio State, Luke. Is he going to be your backup center? Is he going to be a starter next year?
Yeah, because if these older guys, if they retire,
Or they let him walk at the
or
end
they
of the
let
year.
them walk, I'm not going to hate on the young guys because we need them. But, we got guys fresh out of college to come take their spot. Those are big shoes to fill to go from, just out of college to now you're starting on a pro football team.
Well, in between what? So Zach from Michigan, this next year would be his 3rd year. The guy from Ohio State, probably at least I think that would be his 3rd year.
I'm pretty sure we have a handful of rookies on the O-line, like actual rookies.
Well, they could be
Undrafted.
free agents, yeah. They were probably on the practice squad or that. Going right here, actually roster. So, Jones.
I wonder how much it pays to play on the practice squad.
Oh, not a huge bunch of money. It's under $1 million.
Oh, I would
normally.
figure, but you gotta think like
A few thousand,
it'd almost be worth it.
like
to just
400.
I couldn't play football unless I was getting paid $1 million. I'm fragile.
But yeah, you look at it. So, out of your 5 starters right now, one of them's going to be it's 24. He's injured right now on the injury reserve. Everyone else, they're in the 30s and later. Jack, eventually you're going to have to move on from him. Then you're losing possibly all your interior.
Yeah, the inside of our line is gonna fall apart here soon.
Then the two guys, you have a guard and attack or center. Are these guys going to be your backups next year, or are they going to be your starters next year? Because if they're your starters, you got to go replace them because they need reserves, backups. But then you have if Antonio retires, you have that hole. Then the guy behind him is older. You're going to go find a reserve there.
And it's gonna be hard unless we draft guys. If we draft guys, it'll be easier on our pocketbooks, because obviously they're rookies. But then we're taking the chance with, are these guys gonna be able to
And normally
keep up?
it's hit and miss with offensive linemen. Sometimes they flourish in their first year. Sometimes it takes a year or two.
to just get into the
Yeah.
climate of professional football.
So if you get a guard in that, he might be
Or
good. He might
do
struggle.
you take the risk and spend some capital on a guy that already has his name and well known in the league? Because we don't have a lot of capital to play with.
No.
And the O line is an incredibly important part of the offense. Without the O line, you can't do anything.
They got to rebuild it because it's like right now in between last year and this year, and that
And we did.
It's
This will be the second time we've rebuilt our O line in recent history. Because after Joe Thomas left, he was our cornerstone, and also the greatest.
Joe too.
But when we had Baker in that's prime Browns, at least in my lifetime, we had a good O line. We had Batonio, and we had guys behind him.
And Teller coming in that they brought in, and that he flourished.
We had a great team, but now that we let Baker go, our O line, some of those guys went other places, and we as the time goes on, we fill in these gaps, and it's gone down in quality, and now we're at the point where we gotta reset again.
And if you look the other aspect of, they could prevented this the past before this year, past 3 years, if they had a draft capital of first round picks that they went after Watson and brought in.
Such a bad idea.
Really?
I hate Watson.
I know.
Deshaun.
I hate him too.
Listen,
but,
he could be the nicest guy in the world. I don't like the controversy he got mixed up in, and I also don't like that
He
day,
he apologizes. He didn't do anything. He doesn't know what he did.
I don't even want to know what he did. I wish I never found out about that.
You'll never know because of one aspect. He keeps changing it like shoes.
Also, maybe he wouldn't have sucked if no one ever found out about that. Maybe he would have just been playing normal.
Well, no, to be honest, he was sitting a bench for a year and a half
Yeah.
before they gave all that capital and money and that to bring him in.
I mean,
Coming on in.
I get taking a risk. It's pro football. You have to take a risk to try to get better. That was just dumb.
I know.
Hey, guy that hasn't played football in a year, you want to come make
Year
more,
and a half or
more
two, something
money
like that.
than you've ever seen in one
Because he was
place in one
suspended,
time?
and I thought he was hurt prior to that
was
at
hurt
some
too.
point in time. So, double whammy.
Double whammy.
And I love the fan of, right now, in between, what's going to happen with Kevin. Okay.
I don't
Say,
think we
well,
need to
we're
get rid of
going to see probably Sanders at some point in time. Probably. Then we're going to see the other guy. And everyone knows the other guy. And I love, what was it, on the Anthony and Ken show, that he just goes and does.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Last year, when Deshaun had his little pouty fit mid-game, remember that? He refused to play.
Yeah.
I was genuinely felt anger in my heart. We paid that guy so much money for you to act like that. As a Browns fan, I'm a Cleveland fan. I could move to Timbuktu. I will still be a Cleveland fan. That hurt. That hurt me to watch you take our money and then basically spit in our face.
Yeah, that's when they were talking about today of possibly him playing that
Do not step foot on my field.
Ken went just and did pretty much the office all over
If
that
Stefanski
idea.
puts Deshaun Watson in, I'm going.
Well, they let
to
him
be
go. They're going to. Then if they go through all the rookies, but it's like let's say
I would rather us get shit on for the rest of the year. Forgive my language, and with Shadur or Gabriel than put him back in. Because then we all know what's going to happen when he plays. We're going to lose. I'd rather let the rookies take it because then they're getting better.
Well, you never know. You could get hurt again and then retire.
I don't want to wish him to get hurt, but I would wish him to retire. I would definitely wish his retirement.
Well, it's sort of not that I'm wishing necessarily. The track record sort of proves itself. The past few years? 3 years? Well, actually, take that back. 4 years. Track record of him constantly getting hurt through the season and can't make it through halfway.
I didn't really keep up with him that much when we had him.
Well, he got hurt last year. He got hurt the year prior. He got hurt the year prior to that. He was suspended, then got hurt. So, in 5 years, 4 out of the 5 years he's been hurt for more than half the season. So, to be honest, track record sort of proves it itself. I'm not wishing it upon him.
It's just going to happen.
It's just the history of it that's proven that what's going to happen.
You know, maybe since he's not playing, he'll do it off the field. Like, oh yeah, I broke my foot,
Motorcycle?
stubbed my toe, can't play anymore, guys.
Should just do a Kellen Winslow.
We should just
Motorcycle in a parking lot. Too soon?
No. Which put him on a rocket ship and just send him to a different planet. Get him out of here. It really just upsets me so much.
But it goes the other thing they were talking about necessarily. If you let Kevin go, keeping Barry till the end of the year. But in a way, it's like if you move on from the head coach, you got to get rid of the GM. Especially because he's built this roster. He let what happened happen.
You're exactly right.
But then even in the way of it's to the ownership's fault necessarily of approving this ludicrous trade that they did a few years ago for 3 first-round picks and
Yeah,
many
why-
other things
why
and the
do-
money.
Why do we feel like our picks mean nothing? Like, we trade our picks away. Did we just give them away? All the time. I mean, when I was a little kid and I didn't even pay attention to football, my dad would complain about us ruining our season because we got rid of all of our picks for a player that ended up being a wash.
Yeah. Sort of the thing.
It's like
Well, everyone wanted
style.
it, fan and that, everyone wanted, well, he's going to Atlanta. Oh, surprise, he's coming to Cleveland. But the fans were all up in arms and wanted him.
I had a couple friends that wanted him.
I didn't ever wanted him
I
in the
never
first
wanted
place.
him in the first place. I wish we had Baker, man. Dude, that was such entertaining. That was the only time I've ever been looking forward to watching a Browns game was when Baker was playing because I knew it was going to be a
Well,
good
that's
game.
what we sort of needed. Cleveland needed sort of someone with moxie. They had fire. Not including that occasionally he might not say the most what you want to hear, but occasionally the fan base needs to hear that. They can go and say, well, I'm going to go. I know how to fix it. I know this. Well, cut him and
cut him and do this, do that. No, you don't. You don't know.
almost like, what was it? We need a Bill Cowher to come in that would set the media and the fan base straight in. This is what's going to happen. You deal with it. That's what's needed to happen for over 25 years.
It's a
It'll
shame.
never happen, but we need to find someone like that would set the fan base of, well, guess what? You can share all you want about having blah, blah, blah come into the game. Guess what? That's
No,
not happening.
It's not happening.
Deal with it.
But yeah, that's the Browns for you. We got Miami coming up on Sunday.
Yeah. I don't know if it's home or away.
Why don't you?
Does it really matter?
No, it doesn't. The only thing that matters is if the other team shows up.
That they might have a chance if they don't show up, you're telling me?
If Miami's plane gets stuck and they can't play, we might win.
So, yeah, it's in Cleveland at Miami.
How much are tickets? 37.
Yeah.
Downtown Cleveland. Get your cheap old tickets. I like how the fun game.
If I was the one paid the PSL and season tickets right now, I would be fuming right now.
Dude,
Because they probably dumped close to at least near $3 million or $3,000 into this. And it's like, to see what's happening, it's not worth the money.
I've talked to so many people, just like Browns fans that I've met in passing, that have used to have season tickets, Like, yeah, we had season tickets for 20 years. I've met so many people who have a story like that, and then they got rid of it because it's like, it's a waste of money. And it is. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, for $37, I'd honestly rather go to downtown Willoughby.
Don't worry, we're not as cheap as Dallas. Dallas is 22. Maybe Scott will go and see the Washington and Dallas game while he's down in.
Dude, even the Washington football team is a better team than us. And they don't even have a dang name.
So, yeah, if you look at that, yeah, $22 in Texas. Wonder if Scott's going to go there. We'll find out.
He
You might send me a picture of the field on Sunday.
It'd be a
By
better
text.
game than the one that's playing up here.
Yeah,
Actually,
cheaper too.
I guarantee you that the Dallas Washington game. You want to make a bet? Would you like to make a bet since Scott's not here? I bet that the Dallas Washington game will be a more entertaining game. I'm gonna say.
I don't know. I think Washington will wash them.
You think Washington's gonna wash them?
Yeah.
Did you mean to make a pun?
No. I know.
There you go. I'm always it's the same with the Yankees. I'm always a big fan when the high market team like Dallas loses. You know, I'm a I don't know what the word is. I support sports teams having relatively equal salary caps,
Yeah.
because then then it just allows for a more fair game. Because it's kind of hard. It's great. It makes a great story when you have a team that has half the capital of another team winning. It makes a great story, but it doesn't happen often.
No, fair enough.
And it's a lot harder on the fan bases because they still spend their money to go watch the game, but their team isn't spending the money for them. Like, that's why that's actually a good transition into baseball. That's actually why I'm so upset with the freaking Dolans of our Cleveland Guardians, because they refuse to spend more money on us. And every year, we have guys like Jose Ramirez, guys like Stephen Kwan. When we had him, Josh Naylor, who's now having a fantastic season with the Seattle Mariners, we have guys like that that are just absolutely talented. No other way around it.
He did spend money on Beaver, though.
Shane Bieber.
But then, yeah, he
But
got traded.
he's not even here anymore. Also, I love Shane Bieber. Great pitcher. Very fun to watch. But yeah, we don't spend enough money. And when you look at teams like the Yankees, they spend damn near like $400-500 million.
But they're a way bigger market than us. A lot more people, a lot more business, a lot more everything.
I still think I'm not saying we need $400 million. I'm saying we need a couple, like,
Million
give me
more?
a dozen. Give me $12 million. Give us a couple more guys on the roster. That's what's holding us back. And this is something me and my dad talk about. We have great players that can get on base, players that can steal bases, players that can score runs. We don't have a guy that can hit the ball over the fence constantly. Yeah, Hosey puts up 20, 30 home runs. That's great. We need that. We also need another guy that's going to put up 30 home runs. With or
Almost
without
like
Hosey.
Manny and Tommy.
Yeah, we need a Judge. We need a Cal Raleigh. We need a Giancarlo Stanton or a Juan Soto. We need a guy that just is a big stick, hits the ball. Yeah, he doesn't get on base every time, but he can break a game open. And that's why it's so hard to beat the teams like the Yankees because, Volpe's not getting on base, but one other guy gets on base. And then you have a walk, and then Judge comes up, now you're down by 3. And then Giancarlo Stanton comes up, now you're down by 4. And then 2 more hits and a walk here, and all of a sudden the game is it's a really steep hill to climb to come back. And
No, fair enough.
That's why the Yankees have a pretty easy time. I shouldn't say easy. They don't have a hard time beating us, Cleveland, because we don't put up runs like that. When's the last time you saw the Cleveland Guardians put up 10 runs?
Yeah, that's been a minute.
But I'll tell you what, we do the different thing where we'll put up 10 wins, which is really fun to watch. I think we.
But it doesn't matter unless. Well, it sort of matters in certain periods, but when you would want it to happen in the playoffs, when it really counts, it doesn't happen.
Because and that's another thing, with a small budget, having less players, we have to make our guys go longer, especially our pitchers. And we have a good bullpen. We do get hit plenty. I miss our 2016, 2015 bullpen with like Corey Kluber. He has a place in my heart. The Klubot, that's what I called him, because he never showed any expression on his
Well,
face.
technically, he is still on the team.
I thought he went to the Yankees and then retired.
He's a coach on the team.
He's a coach now?
Pitching coach, I swore.
Dude, why am I so out of the loop with this stuff?
90%.
I love Corey Kluber.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a pitching coach.
You know, that would be an awesome job. To get to coach for the team you played for. Oh, we have some. I meant to do this earlier. We have some serious breaking news in the baseball world. Sandy Alomar Jr. passed away recently at the beginning of the week. That was a real sad thing for me to see. I know my dad was an absolute huge fan of Sandy Alomar. So seeing him pass away is really hard. But he had an amazing 15-year career, and he ended up doing some coaching at the end of it once he retired. That's what you reminded me of that. But yeah, rest in peace, Sandy Alomar Jr. Absolutely fantastic ball player.
I have to look that up and that.
I just feel like some more money would definitely go a long way for us. He's not still playing.
Played.
He debuted. Who did he play for first?
Wait, right
He was
here.
an Indian. He debuted as an Indian.
Special assistant in pitching.
So he's back with us.
Yeah.
Great.
As of May of this past summer.
That's actually probably why we had a playoff run. I love Corey Kluber. If I get the chance to meet Corey Kluber, I would melt. He's so awesome. I'm fangirling right now.
I know. Calm down.
No. Just, dude, if I met Sin-Shu Chu, I would literally explode. When I was a kid, that's the only player I'd watch because he had the coolest name. Sin-Shu Chu. Now I'm just a Jose Ramirez fan. I'm a basic fan. Jose. Home run
Fair
peach,
enough.
home run peach, home run peach. That's a good changeup.
Want to get into the playoff
So yeah,
ring
let's
now?
get into some playoffs. So the Seattle-Detroit series ended. I just wanted to cover Game 5 because it was a 5-hour baseball game. 5 hours of baseball, dude. That's incredible. I don't even think I've played a 5-hour baseball game. So the final score was 3-2. Seattle took the win over Detroit with a walk-off. I think it was a walk-off hit by Jorge Polanco. Walk-off single. Pretty impressive game all the way around. In total, 37 strikeouts. So more strikeouts than a regular baseball game has outs. Guess how many pitches were thrown from both teams?
250?
472
Damn.
from 14 pitchers. 7 on each team. That's a lot.
ridiculous.
That's a lot of pitchers. 22 runners left on base. That's like games like this kind of blow my mind. I stayed up for probably 3/4 of the game because I missed the beginning of it, but I ended up seeing the whole baseball game. A little bit of history was made also. This was the longest winner-take-all game in postseason history. Tarek Skubal, the Detroit starter, he also set an MLB postseason record with the most Ks in a winner-take-all game. He had 13, which, if you compare it to all the strikeouts in the game, isn't that much, but 13 strikeouts is really impressive. He's a really good pitcher, and I'm excited to play against them next year. But There's one more little bit of history made in the Detroit game. Kerry Carpenter, he became the first player since Babe Ruth to reach base 5 times in a winner-take-all postseason game. So back since the 20s, that record has been held
That's sort of
by the
shocking.
Babe.
It's sort of shocking.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Also, 5 times in one game, pretty impressive. And now the Jays and the Mariners are playing. Personally, I think the Mariners are going to take this one. That's also because,
Sort of looks it. I'd rather see the Jays necessarily.
I'm a
but
Jays fan. I'm a Jays Mariners fan as long as it's not the Yankees or the Red Sox, since Scott's not here. I'm a big fan of
Scott's rubbing off on you.
I've hated the Yankees since birth. That's just it's in my blood.
I don't know about that.
You think at one point I liked the Yankees?
It's kind of hard to go say from birth.
Okay.
You didn't know any better then.
In fact, it was even earlier than birth. Since conception, I hated the Yankees.
I think that's a little bit pushing it.
I went through spermogenesis hating the Yankees.
No.
Shout out to those of you who know what that is. So game 1, Seattle versus Jays. Seattle took it out 3-1. The Jays only had 1 hit and 1 run whole game, and it was a first pitch home run by George Springer. But after that, the Mariners absolutely dominated the Jays. Bryce Miller went 6 innings. He gave up that 1 run to George Springer. He had 5 Ks and gave up no walks. And then the bullpen came in. They put out 2 guys, Matt Brash and Matt Festa, and they kept the Jays down for the rest of the game. Game 3 is coming up. So the first 2 games were in Toronto. So head into Seattle for Game 3. That's going to be really big for Seattle, having a home game and up 2 games. The momentum's definitely in their favor.
Oh, for sure.
But Blue Jays are a really good baseball team. So I wouldn't be surprised if tonight we have a good game on our hands. Brewers and Cubs. I'm not even sure where their series is at. I got stuck watching Seattle and the Jays last night.
I could take a
Or the
look
other
at
night.
that.
Game 2, Seattle versus the Jays. Seattle won 10-3. Absolutely dominated the Jays. Just kept hitting the ball, and just didn't let the Jays get anything going offensively.
Fair enough. Well, not letting you want to go over Milwaukee and Los Angeles.
So, I'm a big Brewers fan. I shouldn't say big Brewers fan. I'm a Brewers fan. They're a really entertaining baseball team to watch. And I don't like the Dodgers because they're a big high market team. Same with the Yankees.
But the sad thing is, I'm being loaded. Yeah, they're taking them out.
Yeah, they are loaded. I think it's a pretty good chance the Brewers are going to get knocked out. I think you're right. I would absolutely love to see the underdog win here, but
I'm still surprised, though, the ticket price is not for that game. It's the cheapest one in pretty much right now. $82.
82?
Yeah. Compared to you look at Seattle and the Jays, and that's 236.
The Dodgers are currently up 2 games. They won game 1 2-1 and game 2 5-1. Game 3 is tomorrow night, and it is it home or away? So it'll be in LA. So LA is up 2. Game 3 in LA. Definitely favoring an LA win that night. I don't think there's much hope left for the Brewers.
No. Especially, yeah, well, I mean,
And-
look at this. So the Seattle series, $340 for tickets. Then you have the Los Angeles one, $82. That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. All right, this is a joke, but it's only a joke unless it becomes serious. If I become president, all professional sporting events, $50. No more, not a dollar more. It is about time. Some of these games are way too expensive, and it makes it hard for for people to go to them. It should not cost that much money. I don't know. I can't remember exactly how Mark Cuban did it, but he was selling tickets for $5 when he was the owner of the Mavericks. You don't, excuse me, Mr. Owner of the team, you don't need that money. Because I know you're not spending
Be
it on the
honest,
team.
he had a lot more money coming in and all different other things. So if he did that every so often, was that really hurting him?
No, and it's the same thing with every owner. They're all millionaires. It's not their. If you think that the owner of a baseball team is only the owner of a baseball team, you are sorely mistaken. Sorely. They have plenty of capital, and you do not need to take, like, I don't even make that much. $183. I might be able to make that much money in a day if I work from the sun rising till way after the sun sets. That should not be. I should not have to work a whole 13 hours, 14 hours to go see a baseball game.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm getting a little intense.
Fair enough.
I hate it. It should not be this expensive. Like, I'm just going to go buy a drone from Walmart and stand outside the stadium and fly it above so I can just get a bird's eye view.
Then get arrested.
If they can catch me. Probably. I'm not very fast.
You'll think it's called the C word. Starts with a C, ends with an A. Well, actually ends with an S. Cameras.
Starts with an M, ends with a K. Mask.
Still yet, license plate, man. You got to cover that up.
True dat. I will steal a car. Then they won't be able to connect.
So
it to me.
felony, then yeah, we're not going to go
Yeah,
anymore.
for the love of the game, I'm not paying $300 for a ticket. If someone looked at me and said that, I would assume they were joking.
Okay. You want to go now into college net really quick?
Yeah, let's dive into some college ball.
Utah, BYU.
BYU. I don't like BYU, but they're a really good football team. They're consistently
Especially at 8 o'clock.
a hard team to beat.
Yeah, 8 o'clock over in Utah.
Yeah,
That'll be
I
interesting
still
game.
think BYU is going to pull that out. It will be an interesting game.
Notre Dame.
Money lines
USC.
on Utah. Notre Dame, USC.
Yeah, because it is in South Bend. Especially because how USC sort of lost this past week in that. Then you have Tennessee, Bama.
Didn't Bama just had that upset loss, right? Or was that Arkansas?
No, Bama actually won last week, which I was hoping Missouri was going to take them out. They sort of let me down a little bit, Missouri. But then in a way, it's down in Bama.
Who do you think's going to win the Oregon-Rutgers game? All the way up top.
After last week, I would hope Rutgers.
I want the Rutgers to win just so that account will post another little skit of the Oregon coach having a meltdown.
But I have to admit, though, 7:30, at least the Bama and Tennessee game, that's going to be entertaining that night, though.
There any is Ohio State playing?
Yeah,
Who are we playing?
Wisconsin.
We got Wisconsin. Ooh.
I'm surprised how cheap the tickets are. They're $30.
See, thank you. Normal price tickets.
Well, here's another good game, and that's sort of like mid-afternoon.
Georgia Ole Miss. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun one.
In a way, I'm hoping Ole Miss will come out and put it out.
I'd like to see an Ole Miss win too. And whenever I can't decide which team I want to root for, I just pick the team that has a better jersey, like whatever color scheme looks nicer.
Then you have LSU and Vanderbilt.
LSU.
Okay.
Vanderbilt.
Oh, look at this.
It
Boston
is
College
not a football
and
school.
was it
UConn?
UConn? Yeah, $9 for tickets. Oh wait, even this Army. Oh my God, even 8.
Army versus Tulane, $8.
It's worth the travel.
Dude, yeah. At that point, you might as well travel. You just spend the rest of the money you would spend on tickets on gas.
I guess, especially because we sort of had to wrap it up for you and that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to head to class, and I gotta go buy lunch.
So men's soccer and that played Saturday, and that they won 1-0 at Tri-C.
Let's go. Big conference
They're
win.
gonna be playing Saturday. It'll be sophomore day, and that this Saturday. And what time are they playing? 1:00.
At home?
Yep.
This
Jackson.
Saturday at home.
Jackson College. They'll be playing on Saturday at Laker Field at 1:00.
1:00. Be there or be square.
Then let's see, volleyball. They won versus Terra on Friday, and that
Another big
3-0.
conference W. Let's go.
They were supposed to play yesterday. Was it Kent State Tuscaroras, which got postponed in that, for Thursday at 6:00 down in the main gym in the AFC and that. So yeah,
And lastly, the baseball team is doing our Black and Blue series. So this is pretty much just where we decide who has to take down the banners on the field. But black team is 1 win, blue team 1 win. We won last night. So it's tied heading into our tiebreaker on Friday.
dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And all of the pitchers will be back from game 1. So it'll be the top pitchers pitching again.
Very good.
Very exciting. I'm looking forward to it, especially because I'm not on the injured reserve anymore. So I can play again until I hurt myself.
Fair enough.
All right, but that'll be it for today's show. So glad everyone came out to listen, and we'll see you next week.
You're not going to do what Scott does? Go Lakers.
Oh, and go Lakers!
There you go.